So we're going to decorate a few of these bottles. Just to give you an idea of how to bling out your holiday table. As it's a little gift to take home. If you're going to a friend's house for the holidays, show up with a nice little bottle and they're going to go, so cool. Take some really pretty paper, thin it out. Just get it wet and thin it out, and I've shown you how to do that on other shares. You can do this. This is some paper that I was going to play with a little bit, and we're just going to play a little bit today and just kind of make it up as we go along, because that's how I roll. And we'll just see what we come up. And then there's the adult beverage. Ah. Now on here, when you're taking this as a gift, you do want to leave the label. Your host or hostess to know what you're gifting them for. They know what they're drinking. I really don't drink that much. It's very rare. I can't. My tummy won't allow it. Every time I do, I pay the price. So anyway, it's cool looking. With the gold. I'm going to gold flake it as well with the gold in here. Because to know me is to know I paint on glass as well. How this paper is just so cool. It's got that gold foil in it. So let's throw some of that on here. And let's just see what we get. I'm making it up as we go along. So we're just going to throw this on here. And these are going to be done in chunks. They're not going to be a full wrap. It's going to be more of a collage. So let's just first coat the bottle with the Podge to make it stick. When you're working with Podge, you want to have water by, because your fingers are going to get sticky. Plus, you're also going to be thinning out your Podge as you go along. Especially when you're working with it, like I'm going to work with it here in a second. So, I don't like that. Ooh, ah. Let's get that wet a little bit to make it stick. And we're just going to wrap this. And we're going to paint this right onto it. And we're just going to smoosh and move it a little bit. And remember what I said about if the paper crackles on you, it's okay. If it rips and tears, it's okay. That's just gonna add character to the piece. Okay? But I just want to smooth this down so my fingers aren't going to get a little gunky here. Just a little water, a little Podge, and we're just going to work this paper down. And see how that just tore on me? That's okay. Okay, so let's add another piece. And don't try to match these pieces up. That's not the look we're going for. You'll see why in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but soon. Soon. So we're just playing today in my room, getting together. Some hostess host thank you bottles of champagne or briscato. Okay, we're just going to smooth this down. Don't worry about those crinkles, just smooth them down. See how it's coming along so far? I'm just ripping it as we go along. And this is the beauty of gold flaking it too, when we're collaging it like this. Because when I go through and I do the gold flakes on it, we're going to use these lines actually as accent points. So just let that rip and tear and go down. It's okay. It's okay. It really is. I'm going to cover this up back here a little bit. So I had to look at this for a second before I can match it up. I apologize. But I have some really cool artwork in the gold backer that I don't want to cover up in the process of matching that up. So see how I matched that up here? So we're gonna, you're like, no, Hallie, I can't see. It's like, see how that's coming along? This is the one I've been wanting to do. I looked at that the other day and I'm like, oh, I know what I can do with that. So I'm just gonna go over this with my little fingers just to make sure I have everything covered I want covered. Yet I'm using all this beautiful, really pretty gold stuff. Not feeling that. Ooh, I found another one. Ooh, I need this. Yes, I do. We're gonna go right here with you. Actually, too, if you had a cheap bottle of champagne and you just want to get away cheap, you could do this, and they probably won't even open it because it's too pretty. I wouldn't do that though. Would I? When I give these as gifts, I usually hang a fairy light with it, for they can, once they uncork it, it's a cork light that has a string of lights that go in it. And I'll show you that. Plus they're on my list and everything. Everything's on my list. I try to take care of you. I try to give you everything you need. I try. So I'm just piecing this together like a little puzzle. Just like a little puzzle. And just, what the water does is it makes that paper adhere to it, and then the Podge grabs it more. So at this point, I'm just doing that and kind of bringing this together here. Okay. Remember what I say when I'm doing these shares, I'm doing them upside down a lot of time. So please bear with me. We're going to spin this around so you can see it. I do have a turntable that I could put this on. When it's all said and done, I'll put the little turntable down and I'll go. Big time. I bought a turntable. I went big time. Just the best for you. Just want to give you the best. So we're just going to bring this up to the neck with these little tidbits here. These little pieces. And then I'm going to do one final Mod Podge over it. And the ripping and the tearing of the paper is actually what gives it character. So rip away. This is cheaper than therapy. When you're frustrated, just come in here and rip some paper up and decorate a bottle. And you're going to have, I found this little bird, so I want to put this little bird on here. He's got to go on there. He looks too cute not to be on there. Okay. So I do want to point out that you're going to see there's some nooks and crannies. There's some spots that the bottle's showing through. You want that. It's okay, because we're not done yet. Okay, so don't try to match everything up. It's okay to have rough edges. Life is rough edges. You're just going to learn how to make it beautiful, okay? So, throw some more gold on here, and I think we are golden. Get it? Golden. I didn't do that on purpose. Okay. And the edges here, that's not going to be perfect either, because I don't want it perfect. We're going to do something with that. Okay? Life is messy. So, you have some paper that you think is just, I found more gold paper. I can do more. No, I think we're good. As you're going through and you find things that you like, even if it's just one piece of paper, grab it, keep it. Because you never know what you can use it for. I'm adding this one on here. And then we're going to stop with this bottle and let it dry. So this is a little bit more complicated piece. It is, but it's gonna look so cool. It's gonna look so cool. So we're just gonna Mod Podge over this, but we're gonna dab it this time. So using the dabber. And get some of the water out of this dabber. You have to be real careful because now you can be pulling that paper up, so just gently dab it. You're just sealing that in. You're not adhering it. You're just putting a cover on it. And here's why. Here's why. If you set this out and if you lived in Arizona like I do, or in the desert, anywhere, it's dusty. So this will give your bottle a protective shield to make it last forever. And it gives that frosty effect, so it looks really cool. But just gently dab this on. Don't go too crazy. And just kind of give it a spin. And if you're doing this at home, which obviously you are, duh, you can let this dry before you decorate it. But because I'm doing a share, we are going to set it aside for a smidge, but then we're going to come back and decorate it while it's wet. See those little holes there? That's okay. We're going to make those holes, we're going to use those as accent points. So we're just taking our time, going over this. Slow and steady when you're doing this on the final dab over, because this paper's wet, it's going to rip and tear on you. So just dab, dab, dab to get that final seal on there and to make that paper lay flat. When I do these shares, I try to come up with things that I know that pretty much anyone can do. I want to keep them pretty easy peasy, but yet elegant and nice, or fun and sassy. So, okay. So this here looks like a monstrosity right now, but it will dry clear and frosty. So we're going to set this to the side and work on the other bottles. So that's going to go there. But wait, there's more. Remember this guy? To do my gold flaking. Easy way to remember, it has Mona Lisa on it. This is so much fun. I love doing this stuff. You're gonna take the top off your paintbrush. Oh, it's so funny. And you're just going to, I'm going to stand up to do this where you can see, because it's really important for you to see this. Just gently just rub where you want it to go. And what I'm doing is I'm outlining some of the places where, because wherever you put this on, this is going to have the gold flaking going on it. Okay? That makes my granddaughter crazy when I go, okay? She goes, Grammy, stop it. I'm like, okay. That's who I am. Love me for who I am. Okay. You're just gonna leave it on there, let it dry. It's gonna tear. But this is so cool. This is like one of my favorite things to do because it just makes things look so rich and finished off. See how you have that seam going up there? You're not going to see that seam when we get done with it. That seam is going to go bye-bye. Just add it where you want to add it. See that seam here? We're just going to make that look like it's supposed to be like that. Don't try to salvage and save all your gold pieces. You will use those flakes in other projects later. You will. Now before you get brush crazy and start wanting to brush this off, let it dry a little bit. If you don't let it dry, it's not going to adhere and it's not going to do what you want it to do. So make sure you let it dry. I'm going a little bit faster just because we're doing a live share right now. But while that's drying a little bit, just because I wanted to give you the idea what it's going to look like, we're going to decorate the neck. And then come back and brush this gold off. And you will see what I mean by how cool this gold is. And it's not that expensive to get. You can get this stuff through Amazon. It's in my Amazon profile. I don't have an affiliated link. I'm not making any money off of this at this time, because this may air a year or two from now and then I may be an affiliated. But all the affiliated links they're giving you a little kickback for turning people on to where to get their product. And I'm just turning you on to what I use. So I'm not, like I said, at this point of time in my life, I am not getting a kickback from Amazon or from Michaels or anyone. I haven't really pursued that because that's not my interest. I will in the future, of course, because I need to pay for my habit. But right now, it's all good. I'm having fun sharing with you guys. So what I'm doing is I'm running along those seams to hide my seams, because this gold's going to hide the seams. And it's going to look so, so cool. Just pulling off these little flakes that are leftovers. And then, like I said, we're going to let this dry a little bit, and we are going to work the neck a little bit. Always have water by you when you're using this stuff, because you want to put your brushes, talking in the thing. Always have water handy, because you're going to need it. So anyway, sticking to the Mod Podge and the glue. So we're just letting this sit here for a little bit. We're going to be a little messy, but we're just going to tie a regular old bow. See how this has the gold in it? So I'm going to use this one. And the first thing I want to do is know where the front is now, which is okay. Gonna tie it long. We're not wrapping the neck or anything, because here's the deal. When you give this to your guest, the whole idea is to open it up. The whole idea is to open it up and use it, right? I mean, you do want them to enjoy it with the dinner. What I would suggest if you're taking this for Thanksgiving is to go ahead and refrigerate it a little bit. It's okay, it's not gonna hurt it. I'm not gluing this on because I don't need to. Chose gold because it's gold. So I'm just going to run this down in the ribbon here, like so. I want that nice and tight. Remember how I've taught you, don't go back and forth on your bow, because if you do, one side's going to look good and one side's not. You want to wrap it this way. 3 is enough, 2 is plenty, 4 is overkill. You don't want it to take away from your bottle. So I have 2 and 2. I think that's going to be more than enough. So funny, because when I first started doing these shares, and forever when I crafted, I'm so frugal, and I just wanted to save every single item and every single inch of everything. Now it's like, don't worry about it. Fold it in half. Make sure you have your center. Pinch it. We're going to bring it over here, and we're actually going to put it right on the bottle with the pipe cleaner. We're just going to twist it on. Nice and tight. 3 twists is pretty good usually. Leave your pipe cleaner, because you can add like a little Christmas ornament or something on there with that, which we'll take a look at here in a second. Try to bling it out a little bit more than just the bow. Hallie ties it. So that's where we're at right now. Okay. Now I want to show you. Wait, there's more. Isn't this cute? And that's what this is. It's Frescato. We're going to twist that on there. I gotta remember to do it for where you can see what I'm doing. Let's decorate that on there. Let's add that on there. I have to kind of look at it for a second, gang. I'm so sorry, but girls gotta do what girls gotta do. The decoration's on. And I'll show you in a second here what we're doing. So we're twisting these on. So I'm going to glue these down for a second here, just because they're going to fall all over the place if I don't glue them on. So we're going to glue them into place and trim them up a little bit. Isn't that cute? We're going to trim this up. Remember, I post everything when I'm done. But let me show you here what's going to happen here. I won't do that before the batteries go. Do this. Ooh, right? Isn't that just so cool? And it looks like it's part of the paper. You just gently go over it. This is a makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. It costs $1. Normally I would brush this all out prior to decorating it. But remember those themes I told you about? They're gone now. They're just part of the art. Trim these down. Get rid of that little messiness. Fluff that out. Now remember, I do post all this stuff afterwards, once I get it all cleaned up. It'll also, hello! It'll be posted on Hallie's Little Treasures inventory page. Just put in my name. It's that easy, you'll find me. I will do a YouTube share as well as, you know, the reel, which is like a 30-second. 30 seconds. That's what's recording here. So until next time, thanks for hanging out with me. It's been fun. I always enjoy doing live shares with you guys. And for my YouTube people, I'll be doing live shares with you soon enough. Once I get monetized. You want me to get monetized? You need to subscribe, because that's what it is. I have plenty of views. I'm over 11,000 views and growing. I'm more than that. But it's the subscribers. You've got to subscribe in order for me to get monetized. I need 1,000 subs. I need 1,000, yes. 4,000 watch hours, which I pretty much have, but it's the subscribers. So my boomer friends out there, subscribing means nothing. All subscribing means is that you're going to get notified when I post new stuff. And I post new stuff, I try every week. Until next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been fun. It's been a long day. I've done more than one share. But I wanted you guys to have this for the holidays. So again, have fun with that gold foil. Don't be afraid of it. You're just putting the glue down, putting the foil on it, and letting it dry. It's so much fun. And then brush it off. And you saw how fast we do that. So thanks for hanging out with me. As I always say, because I mean it from my heart. Papa Chuck used to say this, may the Lord bless you, keep you. Yeah. And as my daddy used to always say, have a good day, but have a better tomorrow. And to my girls, peace out. Bye. Happy holidays. Enjoy. Have fun making these things.